Here's my new project that I shouldn't have bought, but very glad I did. 1981 Chevy van, G20. I just picked this up locally, and I got this from running an ad on Craigslist. Van wanted. And I've bought in cars that way many times. Actually, the last time I did this, I had Volkswagen wanted. Somebody called me up, told me that they had a 1975 VW Super Beetle. They told me I could have it for free. So I shot out there, checked it out, and I took it home. They had the title. They gave me the title for the VW. Towed it home. I took the tires and wheels off of it because I wanted those for my Baja Bug. And I put it on Craigslist, and I sold that VW that I got for free for $800. You never know what you're going to get when you run an ad like that. One man's trash is another man's treasure. This van must have been a Southwest Texas van, or maybe right here in El Paso its entire life, because it has zero rust. And I mean zero. Absolutely no rust whatsoever. In fact, the closest thing I could find, even resembling any kind of rust, would be right there. Nothing on the top. Oh, and maybe right there. That's just surface rust. It's got a little ding inside from the inside out right here. No big deal. The quarter panels are super solid. Look at that undercarriage. I believe that's the original exhaust. And this is the original paint. Got a couple holes I need to fill from where the ladder was. Don't like those, don't need a ladder. It's got a roof rack that I don't like. That'll have to go. Came with the TV set and VCR. Came with two engine cowls, doghouse covers. Now, it also came with brand new fuel tank, brand new starter, there's a VCR, and remote. There's the door panel. This is the only evidence of any kind of touch-up. And I'm guessing because they had to do a weld repair right here. So they welded this and then bought a can of spray paint and just started spraying. I believe this is still original paint. And that's the only place they painted. They didn't paint over here or over here. Everything else looks original, except for that welded repair spot. New starter. The guy said he never got it running. He put the fuel tank in. But to me, it looks like a GM Goodwrench crate engine because of the black paint. I believe these were either blue or orange. I do not think that they were black. I could be wrong, but I don't think they were black. The gauge cluster is missing the plastic, but he included an extra dash cover and, according to him, a rebuilt gauge cluster. How cool is that? I have a clean, open Texas title for it. The only thing that appears to be missing is the driver's sunshade. Now I bet you're wondering what I had to pay. Well, that's another good part of the story. I tried to talk the guy down. I offered him, according to him, he had $1,200 in it. I offered him $400. I always like to lowball. I always like to make sure they're going to say no. Because if I offered $400 and he said, okay, I would have been pissed off that I didn't say $2. But anyway, make a long story short, I gave the man $900. Cost me another $60 for the tow home. And I couldn't be more ecstatic about it. These things are extremely hard to find, especially in rust-free shape. Now it does need a windshield. It does need a new seal for around the windshield. Hopefully that won't be too much. But I heard a story that they were $400 for the seal. It does need a wing window. This snapped right there on the pivot. Came with the extra wheels. See, the gauge cluster definitely needs to be replaced. That's junk. He told me he didn't know how to do it. Told him there's nothing to it, which there is. There's nothing to it. On these, all you have is the Speedo cable plugs in, and you got one plug that goes there, and you got one, two, looks like 2 bolts. Pretty simple deal. Now he said he had this rebuilt, so I'll go ahead and install it this way. Otherwise, I would be replacing these dash light bulbs. And I will be, not both of these are perfect, so it doesn't matter which one I use. Oh, actually it does. Yeah, this is for probably a later model van. This one doesn't have the notch out at the bottom. And I'm guessing that's because this is not a non-tilt steering wheel or steering column. So, no big deal. Man, I scored on this van. I ran the ad, van wanted, on Craigslist. I put pictures of the van to exactly what I wanted. And it's been up for over 6 months. On Friday, this last Friday, I bought a van from Copart Auto Auctions that was hit in that sliding door. And that particular van, not only did it take a hit to the door's completely destroyed, unrepairable, but it also took a hit right here, denting in this quarter panel. Mostly contained right here. It's something I can fix. But this van's quarter panel is perfect. And no, I'm not planning on taking this van apart to fix the 89. I will fix the 89. More than likely, I'll cut off a quarter panel from the wrecking yard and just replace the whole thing. And I will replace the door. Now, the door alone, I called the junkyard. They want $140 for a replacement door, which isn't bad. That's just one junkyard. The one I usually go to will be a lot less than that. I believe they only charge $53. At least that's the last time I paid for a door, and it does say any door, 53 bucks. So I'll be going back there. They currently have 4 of these vans. With my luck, they'll all be barn doors. The barn doors are a little easier to find than these sliding doors. I much prefer the sliding doors. Now, getting back to it, the ad that I ran on Craigslist for Van Wanted actually gave me more results than the one. I had at least 3 calls, but unfortunately they were all barn door vans, and I wanted the sliding door van. I was coming to the point where I was getting desperate, and the next guy that called me with a barn door van, I would have bought it and possibly converted it to a sliding door, which would have been a lot of work. Not an easy task. But in any case, yeah, the guy wasn't budging on the price. I offered him 4. He said no. I went up to 6. He said no. I went up to 7. He said no. I went up to 8. He said no. I went up to $850. He said no. And he said $900, least I'll take. So I pulled out $900, gave it to him. And he was actually hesitant to take the $900. He was telling me what I already knew, that these things are impossible to find, and his brother told him he wanted it, but the guy's moving and he didn't need it in the yard. I told him, I said, well, yeah, that's going to automatically raise your house price by $5,000 not having a junk van in your yard. And he said, yeah, okay, so $900 cost me $960 towed home with the tow. And like I said, clean open title. And anyway, so I wish the guy had called me Thursday, this last Thursday, but he didn't. Today is Tuesday. So if he called me 6 days ago, and remember, I had that ad running on Craigslist for over 6 months. But he called me 6 days after I bought one on Copart that was hitting the door. Much worse shape than this. And I paid $650 for the one at Copart, which you'll be seeing in one of my other videos. $650 for that. After fees, it came out to $1,020. And it's going to cost me either $54 plus gas in my truck 3 times, $75, plus $54 for the trailer rental. And so if I pay somebody, they'll charge me $450 to get that one back to El Paso for me, which is fine. It's more than I'm definitely willing to pay that, because after all is said and done, I'd be about $350 or so in gas and trailer rental. Actually about $375. So $450, yeah, it's only gonna, yeah, that's definitely worth it for me. I don't want to have to go down there. Yeah, I'd rather just pay the extra, whatever it is I'm going to wind up paying. But anyway, that's the story on this 1981 Chevrolet G20 cargo van that I will be turning into an A-Team van. Now, pity the fool who don't like my van. Anyway, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, cars, trucks, guns, then subscribe. Please like, it helps the algorithm. I've been on YouTube for a long time and I get almost no views. So, anyway, appreciate it. If you have any information as to why I'm not getting views, I mean, my videos must suck or something, I don't know. But anyway, that's my Lexus. I bought that at Copart. That was a good deal. I bought it for $1,000 or $1,100. Yeah, I think it was $1,100. Wound up costing me. I bought that through a broker. And again, I don't recommend buying any car from a broker unless it's going to be more than $3,000. If you're going to go three grand on a car at Copart, then go through a broker. It'll save you some money. 3,000 and under, you're going to lose money unless you go right directly through Copart, but you will have to put a deposit down if you're going to go over 1,000. If you are a non-dealer, regular member holder of the Copart. And this car was hit, T-boned in the side. I think I talked about this on another video, but so I won't go into detail. Just check out the other video. It was T-boned right here on this side. I had to I replaced both doors and the front fender. The fascia bumper cover, that was gone. Whoever wrecked it took it to a body shop. The insurance company sent it there anyway. They were going to pay for the repair. So they took it apart. They always do that. They take it apart so they can charge the insurance company something for their labor for taking off the pieces. And then they keep the parts and then they resell them. Those headlights are extremely expensive. You're looking at about $900 a piece. And they kept both headlights. They kept the front bumper cover. Those headlights are not dealer originals. I paid $500 for those, for the pair. But they're a good quality and a good replica of the original Lexus headlights. So I had to buy the bumper cover, the grille, the headlights, the fender, the doors. These doors were $53 a piece at that particular junkyard I was telling you about the van. But it's a really good car, really good running car. And I'm right in at about $2,000 on this car, maybe $2,200. It's a 2006 Lexus. It's, you know, a non-salvage title vehicle like this would be around $5,500 to $7,500, maybe even $8,000. So being in at $2,000 is a really good buy, and it runs beautifully. Everything works, AC. Everything, it does everything right. My other cars that I'm going to get finishing will be this Accord, my Civic, which I use as a daily driver. I think it's phenomenal gas mileage. And then I'm going to sell that one first, and then I'll drive this 2015 Accord around for a little while and sell it. And then I'll register my Lexus. I'm planning on keeping that. And then I need to register my Porsche. I need to register my Bumblebee. I need to, my Chevelle's already registered. Love the Chevelle. Money pit though. There's $52,000 right there. That's what I have in that car. I've only got $30,000 in the Porsche. And I'm at $15,000 on this one. 2013 2SS. With only 79,525 on the clock. Smells like new still. Love that smell. Ain't no finer smell except maybe for... Anyway, that's all for now. But yeah, again, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Have a good day, good evening, or happy Kwanzaa, wherever you're at.